The three smartest things I've ever heard Carlos Roy say was number one, Toto's the greatest rock band of the 1970s. Number two, that Lisboa is one of the most beautiful games he's ever seen. And number three, hey BJ, you should check out CHAOS COVE. You might like it. So I did. And spoiler alert, we did like it. This is a brand new Martin Wallace game. It's published by Ape Games and HUTCHU Games. I played the pre-production copy and I backed it. So this is not a review copy, but I want to unbox the final production and see how it came out. And maybe even give you a little bit of lanyap that came with our little production. So let's get right to that Game Toppers LLC table and see what's inside this box. Hey, board gamers, BJ from Board Game Gumbo here, back with that unboxing of CHAOS COVE that I promised. But I should get something off my chest. Carlos never actually said that Toto's the greatest rock band of the 70s or that he loves Lisboa. Obviously, life is a semi-cooperative game, right? And sometimes we work together on things and sometimes we don't. Speaking of that, let's take a look at CHAOS COVE, a game by Martin Wallace. This is not a review copy. This is something that I backed myself from Ape Games and HUTCHU Games. It is semi-cooperative. It's for 1 to 4 players. It's worker placement. And the CHAOS COVE is known for their rum. We players are trying to score as many points as we can. But pirates and barbarians have also heard about the rum that's on this island. And they're trying to take over. So we're going to try to score points by using our little workers with special powers to build up on the island. But at the same time, we've got to keep an eye on the barbarians and the pirates. Because if too many of them come through, we could all lose the game. So let's get right inside the box and see. We do have a little lanyap at the end that I will go through. But I just got this delivered and I wanted to see what's inside. As I said in the intro, I did play a pre-production copy. But I think they've made some changes since then, and I'm kind of anxious to see it. Oh, there's that monkey. The monkey and the ape, they were big parts of the game we played. So we did a little Kickstarter preview for it, so if you want to check that out, you can see our little overview. Great looking artwork. I'm not that familiar with Ape Games. I hadn't played them. HUTCHU, I have played one of their games, 2 of their games actually. I played Plunder Bun, and I also played one that hasn't come out yet. So we'll leave that when it comes out. Here's the rule book. The game was actually fairly simple. Like each of the actions were pretty simple, as I recall. The combination of what you can do with all those actions, that's where it kind of bumped it up. It was in that 3 to 3.2 or 3 range on BGG, and I think that's pretty accurate based on my play. The rule book is, there's Carlos Roy right there. By the way, Carlos designed the logo for Board Game Gumbo. So if I talk nice about him in here, it's just because I've always been appreciative of that. But so it goes through the overview of the play. I love the fact that it's got visual representations of the components. That makes it a lot easier when you see something in the rule book. And you're like, what is that thing they're looking for? Or what is a rum party card? And I can just look at it right here. For your first game and when you play with new players, play 3 rounds instead of 4. Okay. So we're trying to score victory points, of course. Goes through the setup, and again, well done in that it's got numbers that tie back to the different components and the player items and then back to the player setup. That is excellent. How to play the game. It's going to talk about all the, placing the heroes out. Each round we have 4 heroes. We're going to be placing those onto the board, and we're going to get the actions of the space that we go, but also the actions that are on those. And then at the end of the round, you actually move your tokens to the player on your left. So everybody gets a chance to use all the different tokens. Some of the, if I remember right, some of the actions are similar anyway. So, but some of them are different. So it's got the resources, how to build the construction cards, the combat primer. There is a big thing, an element of combat. You've got to build up your base against the pirates and the barbarians that come in, and you got to attack them, and you're going to get benefits if you do that. So one of the reasons I didn't win is that I didn't do such a good job. I was not very good in the combat phases. Let's see. All right, so we got all the different phases, how the game ends. There's that parrot. A nice reference for all the different spaces. So kind of a reminder how the spaces are going to go. Same thing with the hero tiles and card effects. Oh, love this. Nice job, Carlos here. They've got a nice big reference on the back of the rule book. I mean, don't waste the back of the rule book. Use it for something good. And giving us a round structure and placements and things about how the combat works, you know, a little reminder there, how the tiles are, all the different strengths for the tiles as you go through the 4 phases. Excellent. This is well done. Good rule book there. All right, so we got some punch board. Oh, look at this. Oh, more games have that. Little corner piece missing, so it's easy to get this out. Oh, Bradley would like it. It punches out nice and smooth. These are really thick punch boards, by the way. See that, but oh, I'm impressed. So we got some money here. You know, the money's kind of, oh, it's actually double-sided money, so it's got a little different design on the back. It's not as good as the poker chips that Carlos and I got, but, or some of the metal money, of course. I don't have that, I don't think. I don't actually remember what I backed. It's been a few months since I backed this, but we got the different resources. So we've got the food and we've got some cannons. So all of these were punching out nice. I'd like to punch out the different tiles. And I'm not going to do all of the punching here. Just, wow, these tiles are thick. I'm sure you can see that. Look at that. Look how thick that is. These are punchy tiles. We've got Calvin and Bell, of course. I mean, Louisiana, right? Although HUTCHU and Ape are from Texas, if I'm right. Ben, flip up one of the barbarian tiles. And Art. Use your forts to make invisible to barbarians. Okay. So this is a little, are these the character cards? They were like circles whenever I played them. Assuming they're now big chunky tiles. That's kind of neat. Oh, that's what it looks like. Looks like, yeah, because there's Gus. I remember Gus very well. Your crew has a strength of 2 in combat. Yeah, Gloria and Graham the squirrel. Yep. Okay, so the pirate squirrel. So they've converted them from the little circle discs that you'll see in our video to these big, chunky, thick square tiles. Easy to see and to use. I'm not going to punch out all of these, but I did want to show you we've got some more of these big, thick, hexagonal rum tiles. And everything punches out nice and neat. Excellent job. There's a little combat. Swords. Build up your swords. Yep. Some wood. And 4 more of the, I'll show you these. I got time. You've got Holly. Nancy breaking the chains there. John gaining some rum, the big walrus. And Nelly the elephant. That was a good name for an elephant. We've got if I remember right, the first player token, the big thick monkey with the rum on the barrel. No, a powder keg on the back. Okay, and he's got the little hat. That always reminds me of the Edwin McCain song on one of his later albums. The Gramercy Park Hotel. Yeah, check that one out. Let's see, we've got some castles. I'm assuming these are the barbarian tokens or pirate tokens. They're small, but they punch out just fine. Okay, yep, no issues with that either. And the last of the 4 tokens, 4 player player powers that you play with the markers. We've got George, the tiger, looking a little Shere Khanish there. Colin, I remember Colin, gain 1 cannon or gunpowder, yeah. Claudia, gain a saber or gunpowder, I remember that. And Dennis, move or swap one of your ships into another space. I definitely remember this. Okay, so that's the 4 characters there. What else do we have? I remember Carlos talking about this. We're going to have some nice little player. Oh, these are nice. Yeah, I like the way these feel. These are nice 4 little player handbooks, little guidebooks, little cheat sheets. And so the map has a lot going on there. So the lot you have to remember because you're putting out your workers and each of the spaces have things. So you don't want to be staring at a space and then have somebody, know that's where you're going. So this is a nice little cheat sheet and a player reference guide for all the different spots on the island, what they all do. And then on the back, they've got the round structure. Yeah, that same thing from the back of the rule book, but in a smaller fashion just for the players. Nice touch. I like that a lot. Let's take a look at the game board. Again, this is not the retail copy. I got this from Kickstarter. So I don't know what's going to come in your copy if you get this, but good comparison if this is what you're looking for. And this is one side. I mean, I love the artwork here. This is gorgeous artwork. I love the colors. The blues just pop right off of here. You've got the main part of the town and the big fountain in the middle. And then these are all the action spaces like the garden, the fortress, and the lighthouse where you're going to put your workers during the game. And then, of course, we've got the ships, kind of the ship track there. And then the barbarian track here. So Pirates and the Barbarians, if I remember. Yeah, because that looks like a little pirate and a little barbarian. Yep. And if I remember right, it's double-sided. So if you really like the artwork, think like Unmatched, where they have the double-sided maps where one side is focused more on the colors and the other side focused more on the artwork. Same thing here. You don't have any of that clutter here. That's why you've got your little cheat sheets. So you can play if you want where there's a visual reminder of all the different words for each of the different aspects of the game. Or you can look at the beautiful artwork here. I mean, it really stands out. Like before, it had so much words. I didn't notice beautiful little atrium looking place here. Greenhouse. Yeah, the greenhouse, exactly. Discard and replace hero cards. So I like the fact that you get choices. You make the choice as to what kind of board you want to play. Now we get into the stuff. We've got some, oh, nice little trays to keep all, these are nice little wells. Definitely well made. I don't see any cracks or anything. So this will be very useful. And it comes with 2 of them, so plenty enough for all the different resources. I like that. Very good. I actually didn't remember that. Then we've got, wow, look at this. This is straight out of Stephen Bonacore. Look at tons of bags. I mean, 1 million bags. So plenty of bags if we need to bag up all the different resources. Again, I don't know if this is your copy. This may be just the Kickstarter version that I have, but we've got some chunky wooden pieces here. And I'm ready to take a look. So I'm going to spill them out right in here. And I apologize if I'm looking back over there to see what I'm doing. But we've got, okay. So when you're playing, you've got those big wooden tokens to set, right? And this is telling you your player power and what your player looks like, what each of your workers look like. These are the actual workers you'll be using to place on the board. And they're all different shapes and sizes. So you've got Gus and Nelly. Oh yeah, look at that. That really stands out on the screen. We've got, I forget his name. Bull, Claudia, and the tiger guy. These are all our friend the walrus who really likes the rum. These are great. Big, thick, chunk. I mean, these are really thick and chunky pieces, and they already come with stickers right on there. So that's going to look sharp whenever we play. Then we've got player pieces in 4 different colors. I just kind of want to take a quick glance and see what we got. We got some boats and some people in the whites. We've got 4 colors, white and purple. Nice. We've got blue. That is a cool shade of blue. Jared and I always talk about it on Twitch, how we like whenever it's not just a standard regular blue. And that's one of these. This is definitely kind of a nautical blue. I like that. And then, of course, gold. Because you knew Carlos was going to include purple and gold in the production. Actually, I'm sure Carlos had nothing to do with it, but I'm happy that it's got gold and it's got purple. So, 2 colors that I like to play. All right. We got 2 things left. Got some decks of cards. Oh, look. Wow. Oh, I've been on a run where the cards were not easy to open. There was no, they either had the little string thing, but it didn't work, or there was none at all. And I'd sit there with my tiny little fingernails. So these are the cards for all of the different characters there. And it's got it on the back. Simple artwork with some, I mean, very, very clean graphics. So nothing super fancy, but easy to look at. Oh man, I did it right the first time. Once I'm going to mess up this one. Right here, live on the screen. It'd be easy right there. I can feel it's right in the corner. No. Oh, well, I was bragging on it. This one was placed right there in that little tiny corner thing that I just can't grab. Oh, got it. Okay. All right. Yep, looks like we got a bunch of different decks of cards. Now this is going to have, the other ones were kind of plain, just looking at the different characters. This has a little bit more. So you got some of that artwork from the board with all the different spots. Beautiful. It's been too long for me to remember what all these symbols are, but it looks like, paying a keg is going to get you some money, and the first player token. I don't actually remember what all the cards are. Sorry, it's been too long, but that's all the cards and the tokens, player pieces. Punch board is nice. I did want to kind of look at this lanyard. It is the CHAOS Cove Gamefound exclusive add-on. Nice. Comes in one little pouch. And it is, oh, okay, instead of using a little cardboard token for the first player, little monkey. Oh, that's neat. I like that. I like little add-ons for that. And then some additional cards. This is CHAOS cards. You should use CHAOS cards only after you've learned the game well. CHAOS cards make the game different and force you to change your strategies. The first time you use CHAOS cards, pick the 3 easy ones. And I guess after that, you can do it. So take a look. Easy cards. Hero cards can be played even if the hero is not on the map. Interesting. Okay. Players gain flags for every doubloon they possess at the end of the game. Flags being the victory points. Okay. Instead of starting the game with 5 randomly dealt hero cards, look through the hero deck and take 1 card matching each of your starting heroes. And after everyone has done the same, draw a card randomly. Okay, neat. So just some ways to change up the game. So I've seen some that have to do with victory points at the end. I've seen some that have to do with what happens during the game. And even nightmare mode. Okay, I just want to look at one of these cards for night. Start the game in the second round. Do not place the first round invaders. Instead, place the round 2 invaders. The game will only be 3 rounds. But instead of being 3 rounds, like the book suggests for a beginner, where it's the first 1, 2, 3, you're starting in 2, 3, and 4 and ramping up with the invaders. But you haven't had a chance to ramp up your players yet. At the end of the game, after discarding invader tiles, you gain bonus points for each invader tile based on the power. Wow. Nightmare mode is going to be tough. So I think we'll just stick with easy mode. All right, so that's everything you get in the Gamefound edition of CHAOS Cove, designed by Martin Wallace. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got pieces all over here, some big, thick and chunky pieces, and lots of cards. Can't wait to set this all up. Keep an eye out for our twitch.tv/Board Game Gumbo stream. We'll try to get this stream for you as soon as we can. But until next time, Laissez, bon temps rouler.